Dun 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 dun. Ow! Dun 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 dun.
Alien Ant Farm, huh?
Yeah, I mean that was probably that version, right?
It was.
Yeah.
You can tell it was that. You can tell it wasn't the original.
You're okay. You're okay.
Are you okay, Yanni?
Yanni, you're okay. You're okay. What's going on, all you hippos? My name is Mason.
And my name's Grayson.
And welcome to the weekly checklist, where we discuss 3 relevant topics that we hope tickle your mind brains.
Let's tickle your mind brain in Alien.
Or an alien ant farm.
Nice full circle. How are you feeling today?
You know, Grayson, I feel I feel a little taller, you know? We went and got aligned yesterday.
We got realigned.
We went and saw one of our friends who is a chiropractor. His name is Thomas Kern, DC.
DC.
He works on 45th Street, 2545 5th Street. Go check him out. He is a miracle worker. It was really awesome. I haven't been aligned. I haven't been adjusted in years.
I've never done that.
Yeah, Grayson was a little nervous, but he powered through. He overcame his fears.
I was sure I was going to walk out of there, or not walk out of there. I was going to roll out of there in a wheelchair. Like, it was just going to paralyze my whole body, and that was going to be it. I really was scared, man. That kind of shit freaks me out.
I'm proud of you.
I really would we got the x-ray and everything, which was really cool, and he told us that there's nothing really to worry about, just like at our age, it's exactly what it's supposed to look like. I was like, thank you. I'm not freaking out anymore. And then he was like, okay, I'm going to lay you on the table, and did some crazy cracking shit to Mason, and I was like, I don't know.
He got terrified. He got scared all over again. Yeah.
Can't do that. But I did it.
He did it.
It feels amazing.
Yeah.
It feels so good.
Slept really well.
And speaking of that, we went out and did that, and we vlogged the entire thing.
Yeah, it is coming out next Monday. That's vlog number 7.
Yeah, and we're really excited about it. It's probably maybe some of our best content that we've ever made. I think it might be our best. I think it's got potential.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Please go check it out.
Check it out.
Let's get on to the segments. Numero uno, Checklist Inception. The dream within the dream. The big brain anomaly. It's Checklist Inception. In this segment, we rapid fire off questions to each other, which, with a very small time to answer, fall into the next level of the weekly checklist with us while we answer questions from another checklist.
Questions from another checklist.
This one is the hard fact edition.
Hard facts.
Yes. Checklist Inception. Hard facts.
Because normally what these are is a list of questions that are kind of subjective and kind of pointed to each other, or like just really, really random, and we have actual answers to them that are just our opinions, and the other person has to try to kind of guess, and it's very random and fun. This is actual questions that actually have not subjective answers, they have real answers.
Yeah.
So this is Inception within, it's like a checklist within an actual factual list.
Yeah. So get ready.
Whoa.
All right, I'm going to go first, Grayson, if that's okay.
Wow, somebody's feeling confident.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready, man.
In 1, 2, 3. Higher sales for a craft brewery, New Belgium or Sierra Nevada? Go.
Higher sales?
Higher sales total.
New Belgium or
Sierra Nevada?
Or Sierra Nevada?
Or Sierra Nevada?
I have to say Sierra Nevada.
Correct. Number 2. In the MCU, who is stronger, Spider-Man or Captain America?
Spider-Man.
Correct. Yeah. Which building is taller? Lot World Tower in South Korea or One World Trade in New York City?
South Korea.
Correct. Guinness Book of World Records heaviest human being was A, over 1,200 pounds, B, over 1,100 pounds, C, over 1,000 pounds.
It can't be. That's insane. Over 1,000 pounds.
Incorrect. A, over 1,200 pounds.
God!
Who is worth more money, J or Bay?
This is a trick question, right? No, it's J.
J, correct. Number 6. 2020 People magazine rated who as the sexiest man alive, Idris Elba or Michael B. Jordan?
What year?
Last year.
Last year? Mike B.
Michael B. Jordan, correct. Which is the poorest state? Louisiana or Mississippi?
The poorest?
The poorest.
Mississippi.
Correct. What was the most used phone in 2020? Samsung Galaxy A51 or the Apple iPhone 12 Max?
It's got to be the Apple.
Incorrect.
Really?
Samsung Galaxy A5.
I should have given that a sec.
Who has more champions? LeBron James or Kobe Bryant?
Come on, man. I don't want to get this wrong. Kobe.
Kobe has one more, correct.
Let's go.
5-4.
R.I.P.
Number 10. Why do you smell like raisins? A, you eat them all the time. B, you keep them under your pillow. Or C, you use them as deodorant.
D, I don't. Mary Grace smells like raisins.
C, you use them as deodorant.
Do not use them as deodorant. How is that even possible? How you even... It's like taking a stick of something and then like shoving the raisins in and being like, wow, my raisin deo today.
Have you caught on that my last question always has to do with raisins?
Yeah, and it's super funny. Everybody loves it, including me. I did pretty fucking good.
You did great.
Mine are like harder than that. Mine are like, there's like an answer. It's not like...
Yeah, I knew that you were going to do that, and I was thinking about it when I was in the bathroom, like, primping a little bit, and I was like, he's going to give me questions I have to actually answer. I gave him, like, A,
There's
B,
multiple
or
choice.
C, or multiple choice. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know we were doing that.
You're a dick.
Well, maybe you say some funnier stuff. Who knows?
Probably.
Maybe this will be better content. Who knows?
Oh, God.
Number 1. Do you think Armie Hammer is a cannibal?
No, he's not a cannibal.
The answer is maybe. But I'm going to give it to you because as of right now, it's a no.
Yes.
Although he's got some cannibal shit going on.
Into...
Number 2, who were the first people in modern history to start an anti-smoking and tobacco movement?
Dare. I don't fucking know.
The Nazis. Number 3, Justin Bieber once held up a sign from a hotel room that read, "Go to McDonald's and get me a Big Mac." True or false?
True.
True. Did he get that Big Mac for an extra point?
He did.
He absolutely did. Number 4, the lobster is considered the what of the ocean?
Filet mignon?
No, the cockroach. Number 5, in 2014, Netflix spent how much money on its DVD rental business?
2005?
In 2014.
2014 DVD. I'm going to go with 100 million.
The correct answer is 0. They spent no money on it.
Wow.
What is Bruno Mars' real name?
Ooh. John.
No, it is Peter Jean Bayot Hernandez. Number 7, the world's biggest recorded turtle was how old, how long, and weighed how much?
Like 240 years?
No, 100.
How
long?
How much? How long? Meter.
9 feet. How many pounds?
650.
2016.
Holy fuck.
Number 8, what key do most American cars honk in?
A minor.
No, F. Like telephones. Dial tone. It's the same.
Really?
Yeah, they're trying to trick us. Number 9, in an average lifetime, the average American receives how many prank calls?
14.
No, 31. And finally, why do you always do the fucking raisin thing? I hate it so much.
Because of exactly what you just said. Swing.
Incorrect, because you're a dick. You got the Armie Hammer thing right.
And
and
Justin
you got
Bieber.
the Big Mac thing right.
Yeah.
And Justin Bieber. So that's 3. And I kind of want to give you the lobster one.
There's a tortoise that was born in like 1859 that's still alive.
God. Do you ever think like tortoise is just kind of moving around and he's like, I wish I could kill myself. But they can't, obviously. They can't kill themselves.
They're probably pretty content. Swing. That was also an F.
On to our next segment. It's a new segment. Super excited about this one.
Ooh.
It's called It Could Be Worse. Friends, family, and loved ones, and everyone in between. This is a segment where we reel you in from your insecurities and worries and let you know that it could always be worse. So this is a amazing website that I found that I have to shout out called Oddee. 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 Basically, this website, they're just crazy headlines that happen in the world, and they have one for every single day.
It's great.
Wow, look at all these crazy, weird topics, all these weird things. Maybe we some way make a segment out of this, and we decided that it could be so much worse when I'm reading some of these things.
Oh,
We
God.
just kind of said that out loud.
Your life is really, it's okay.
It really is fine. Let's run through some of these. The first one that caught my eye was a woman belonging to an alien reptile cult is going to stay in jail for shooting her boyfriend. Apparently, Barbara Rogers, 46, was sent to prison in 2019 after she put a bullet through the head of 32-year-old Stephen Mineo. That was because Rogers had been accused of being a reptilian alien creature in disguise. Both Rogers and her boyfriend were members of a deranged online doomsday cult. They were convinced that the extraterrestrial race of devil-worshipping reptilian shapeshifters were looking to install the Antichrist himself as the supreme ruler of Earth. That is a sentence I have never said out loud. So, with that being said, it could be worse.
It could be worse.
Here's another one. Triple murderer cooks woman's heart to feed it to his family. So not only does he cook the heart, does he kill somebody, he takes the heart and then he feeds it to the fam. I don't know. Not a lot of love there.
Ooh.
Including attempted cannibalism. Armie.
Hammer time.
Here's another one. Texting with emojis gets son arrested for his father's murder. Basically, they went out into the woods. He killed his father. And to try to keep it under wraps, started texting family members to say, oh, I'm just out in the woods. I'll be back soon. No worries. But he would end them with the smiley face emoji, which is something that his 73-year-old father never did, was use emojis because he's 73. And so people were like, this isn't really feeling right. Why is he all of a sudden, he's missing now. And after a week, he didn't come back home because, he's dead. And that's what got the son arrested.
You fucking.
That's so weird.
It could always be worse.
It could always be worse.
The key to that is if you're going to kill somebody, know their texting habits.
Which is pretty easy because you can just open up their phone and look at all of their text messages.
But.
Oh, there's no emojis. Well, maybe I won't use an emoji.
But a lot of people out there are dumb as rocks.
Yeah, these people didn't seem really smart from what I was reading.
So, again, it could always be worse.
Brain emoji. And this isn't really anything at all, but I just wanted to read this out loud. Wombats have cube-shaped poop.
What?
There's strangely shaped poops in the world, but this is inevitably above the rest.
Well, in this case, it could be better.
We could have cube-shaped poop.
Yeah.
And you could just kind of, stack them.
A Rubik's Cube.
A Poopix Cube.
Don't try to Rubik's Cube.
Make the Poopix Cube. Do it.
No.
Find you a wombat, have him shit all over the house, collect, and create a Poopix Cube. See which one of your friends
Probably
can...
about the size of those little squares. You could make one. Paint them.
Yeah, I think, you could have friends over and then see who can finish the Poopix Cube the fastest before vomiting.
It could always be worse. You could have an idea like Grayson just had.
Winky face emoji. Yeah.
Tears for beer.
Tears for beer skis.
And now Grayson will perform a magic trick for you. This week's Tears for Beer comes from Revolution Brewery. The beer is an IPA. It is their flagship, and it is called Anti-Hero. The ABV of this beer is 6.7. It's a nice, casual IPA. You can get it year-round. We have purchased in the 19.2-ounce can, which is very random, but pretty cool. I don't know. It might be a little bright, but the can is very cool.
Yeah, it's grope. It's dope.
And it also has this just gentleman with a...
He kind of looks like a Nazi.
a little bit?
He looks like an evil, which is an anti-hero.
So let's go to the breakdown.
Yeah.
The color, it's a nice honey color.
Yeah,
maybe?
ooh, honey. Honey is a great descriptor.
Yeah. On to smell. It's, hoppy.
Bitch, that's loud. I like that. That's really bright and clean.
Going to the tasty.
Hey, cheers, buddy. Ding.
That is a good beer. That is a very solid beer. That's in a similar category to Zombie Dust for me, which is my favorite one we've ever reviewed.
Honestly, I think I do agree with you. I think that this is slightly lighter. It's still reminiscent of Zombie Dust, but it's not. Zombie Dust still does have a little bit of weight to it.
It's brighter and it's crisper.
Which I kind of almost like more.
It's crazy.
Dare I say it? It's not what I'm used to with the bitterness of an IPA. It still is that, but it's different.
It doesn't link. There is no funky aftertaste at all.
Yeah.
It ends on a very bright note.
Yeah.
Props to Chi-Town and Revolution Brewing because this is a banging beer.
Yeah.
This makes me want to go to Chicago even more now because this is cool.
I've never been to Chicago.
I haven't either.
You want to say? Oh, wow. Well,
we're going to Chicago, boys and girls.
I'm going to get a Chicago dog and rate the pizza.
You need to get a Chicago dog.
I know. I love hot dogs. That's the one hot dog, like a true hot dog from Chicago I've never had.
Yeah.
I want a hot dog and I want this beer.
Yes. And I want that casserole that they call pizza.
For the tiers.
Tiers, yeah. The question we have for tiers, a little reflection on end of last year, beginning of this year. What is the biggest change that you feel from the end of 2020 to the beginning of 2021, Grayson Sanford?
Last year was obviously absolute shite. This year's been kind of crazy. The kickoff was not roses, but I think that...
Had to hit rock bottom.
Yeah. And I do think there's a general sense of... There's some levity. People that I know, people that I've talked to have felt... There's a sense of relief. There's a bit of a sense of relief. Right. Not that we're good to go now.
Sure.
And that there isn't tons of work that needs to be done, and there's tons of change that still needs to be worked on. But I think, like, just mentally for person to person, there is so much levity that he's gone now. There's so much sort of relief that we don't have him in the White House anymore, and I feel like it does make you feel just generally a little bit better about things. I just cut out a lot of bullshit. Cut out a lot of bullshit that I held on my shoulders and weight that I... excuses and things like that. I cut out a lot of bullshit. And this year I've just felt good about not holding on to that shit. This is that moment where it's like, there's just, for me personally, there's no excuses now.
Yeah.
You have to do the thing you have to do. All you have is time to figure out all of that shit that you needed to figure out. And I feel like I've done a lot of that and I'm proud of that.
For me, there's a sense of hope. I work in the food industry and I think that is one of the most impacted industry. I even heard today that in New York City, we might be getting 50% soon capacity inside, which is great.
Scary, but
yeah, but there's hope on the horizon. Biden has said that things are 2 months ahead of schedule for everyone
vaccines
being able to get a vaccine. So yeah, I think there's a sense of hope, and people are kind of feeling the fingers of normal life starting to tickle their fancy.
Mind brains.
Or mind brains. Or gooch brains.
No, don't bring that back.
Please share your stories with us, and we would love to broadcast that to people, and both tell us what was good and what was bad, and how you got through it, and hopefully how you are dealing with it to get through it.
Yeah.
We would love to share those stories. We would love to hear those stories.
Honestly, we'd love to make a segment out of that, I think.
That would be great.
That would be
awesome.
awesome.
I'd love to do that. So yeah, so there's our tiers for beers. Try this beer.
Now it's the outro. We're going to do a little back talk. Now we get personal with our listeners and answer your questions, comments, in general. Kerfuffle. We put on our story, basically, what is your favorite junk food? What's your favorite snack? Share with us, and we'll talk about it on the pod. We'll rate it. We'll talk about ours real quick. Today, our comments come from one of my best high school friends. Her name is Tracy Lynn. Shout out to the T-Bone. And
did you actually call her T-Bone?
Yeah.
That's an
I called her T-Bone and she called me Chachi. T-Bone and Chachi. Tracy, if you're watching, I love you, baby. She said, I guess this is a junk food, carne asada fries.
Carne asada fries? Holy fuck, that sounds good.
And she ended it with a bone apple tea.
Was this a Dying Goose? What was that?
No, that's the gabagool, baby.
Dying Goose.
It hurts.
Tell me.
Carne asada fries. Dude, that sounds amazing.
Sign me up.
I love that that's also like, she's like, oh yeah, that's my, if I'm going to do it, I got to do that.
I mean, that's like, I was thinking people were going to say like Doritos, Snickers, Carne asada fries con crema y salsa verde.
That was a great one. Our friend Jake the Yabo said Sour Patch Kids, which I love. I'm a big Sour Patch Kids person. I'm a big sour candy in general. I love sour Skittles, actually, I think are super underrated as well. Big fan. Stick a piece of sour candy in my mouth and just like put it up in the gums like fucking chewing tobacco and just let that shit soak, man.
That sounded sexual.
Ooh, I just got like lightheaded.
Hot in here?
Oof. Oh my God. Our friend Rachel said, Wendy's fries dipped in a chocolate frosting.
We talked about this last time.
Also, so good.
That's good. The sweet and salty thing. It's good. Yeah. Give him the goose. We're not checking that off, I guess.
Wow, we didn't even check off the tiers one. Sure. All right, we hope you've enjoyed what you've listened to today. We really have fallen in love with doing this podcast every week, and it means so much that you are all tuning in and downloading the episodes. We all welcome in all. We welcome any and all feedback so we can improve this product for you guys week to week. If you have a second, please visit our website, graysonandmason.com, to subscribe for all the latest content and follow us on all social media platforms at Grayson and Mason. Don't forget, there is a hybrid sport birthed from the comic book of a French artist and filmmaker called chess boxing. This consists of 6 4-minute chess rounds interposed with 5 3-minute boxing rounds. A contestant wins when they get a knockout or a technical stoppage within the boxing round, or through a checkmate or forfeit within the chess round. That is so weird and yet so cool at the same time.
Checkmate, motherfucker.
Bye-bye now. Boing.